we are at Electronica India 2025, and we are at Harwin stall. And with me, we have Mr. Andrew, who is the Chief Executive Officer for Harwin. We have also Mr. William, who is Executive Chairman. So, hi, gentlemen. How is India treating you and Electronica 2025 treating you?
Well, we've been on a trip this week around our top customers, and it's been fascinating to visit them and see the technology they're developing and how they've advanced over the last time we come, which was 2 or 3 years ago. So I think India's treated us as well this week. We spent today at the trade show. I think it's, for me, I've been here several times now to see how it's advancing and the different connector or the different companies that are actually exhibiting here and seeing the layout of their designs and the way they're pushing technology. I think it says a lot about the Indian market.
Thank you.
I think for me, it's my first time to India, so I've been super excited about coming. What I'm loving is the energy of a lot of the engineers, especially when the customer base that we're visiting, and seeing that kind of progress and drive, and it's busy and it's full and it's buzzing and it's full of kind of energy. So loving it, love being here, and Electronica, amazing show to be at.
So now something about Harwin. So how is Harwin balancing miniaturization with high reliability in the connectors?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, Andrew can talk to the technical side of things. I think we look at the market at large. People want more power, more data, smaller, lighter, more reliable. And we are, at the forefront of advancing our own capabilities internally from a manufacturing perspective to make sure we deliver that demand. So we are always looking to how to make our connectors have more power, more data, smaller, lighter, and kind of to meet that kind of ruggedized environment. And there's a question about new product development and come to that because we've got exciting new launches coming up.
I think the visit for us is important. We go around globally to our customers, listen to what their technology requirements are. They're changing their technology. Obviously, everybody's asking for everything smaller, faster, lighter, lesser drive, but at the same time, people are asking for more power on a smaller footprint. So by and large, we listen to our customers. We listen to how they'd like us just to change our product to make it easier for them to use. So that, for us, it's important that we take the opportunity to visit customers and hear ourselves firsthand. Our engineering teams, our FAEs, our salespeople are very good at feeding information back, but it's very good for us to visit and see the technology and understand how our customers are changing their needs and wants. And obviously, then we set up our roadmap to follow what they're actually asking for.
So Andrew is the CEO of Harwin. He talked about that earlier on. His whole background is engineering, and then started from being a design engineer. So for us, I'm the chair, Andrew's the CEO. We're a design-led company by engineers for engineers, and I think that's for us is hugely important, as Andrew said, to see our customers and see who we're supplying and solve problems, solve solutions. So if you're out there, send us your problems and we'll fix them. That's the plan.
Great opportunity for you all.
Yeah.
So, what new products and offerings for harsh environments that you're bringing in?
Yes, we've got we obviously it's a big secret, so we can't tell anybody. But we have a really exciting new product for space environment, which obviously has many other applications. And we've been working with a very high profile space specialist, and we're really excited kind of launching that kind of Q1 next year.
Yes, Q1 next year.
So
we can't tell you too much, but
we're excited. We're excited.
People wait for the PR release.
Yeah,
exactly. Wait for the PR release.
But we've shown a few customers this week, and they're very excited about what we showed them. So, which makes us excited as well.
Yeah, and if you're an engineer out there, go onto our website. We've got sample sets that you can order and kind of order it. Absolutely, go in and pack them, get the samples out there, so you can start playing with them. That's for us is really important. We pride ourselves in giving our, sending out sample sets, partly because our end customer, we feel, is the engineer. Is not necessarily Honeywell. Our end customer is the design engineer in Honeywell. And so it's really important that they feel, touch, and see our connectors.
Great. So, how are you improving digital tools and CAD support for your engineers for this engineering?
super important.
We're constantly evolving our website. We launched last year a cable configurator. So an engineer can make up his own cable harness, which will immediately generate a drawing and send it to him. We're obviously constantly looking at the way that we can provide engineers with 3D CAD models. So we work with different partners that they might have signed up to those companies, but they can download. We always put specifications, test reports on our website. So an engineer effectively is self-service. He can order a sample, he can download a drawing.
So he can log in and then pull a CAD drawing out and then literally drop it into his own program.
Yes. So
amazing.
So we're constantly, and as the market evolves and changes, if there's a new tool, we would introduce that tool on our website for our customers.
Great support for the engineers.
Yes.
But I said we're an engineering-led business, so that's from top to bottom, and that's really important.
Okay. So now,
and by the way, if your readers have any ideas of how we can improve, send them in, and they'll get a reward. Yeah.
So what are new testing methods ensure long-term lifetimes for the products that you
we put all our connectors for a test program that's normally to mill standard, so it's a recognized standard, so we can say that it performs to this level. Sometimes we do something specific to a customer. They may say something that, we know it's above and beyond what's required in the mill standard, so can you test it for us? We've invested heavily in test equipment, a test lab, which is on our UK headquarters. We continue to invest in that test facility because it's important that we stay in front of and understand what our customers want. They're more and more they're asking us to do the testing for them because they haven't got the facility within their own business.
I think in the UK, just to add to that, as we've grown over the years, we're kind of 70-year-old business, and as we've grown, we have always been investing in new technology. And our biggest and latest investment is roughly about 35 million pounds into a new building in Portsmouth. And in that, we're transferring all of our testing capabilities into one lab, which we're very excited about. So it's got a couple of £1 million investment into all sorts of new test equipment. Because ultimately, we're only as good as our brand, and our brand is only as good as the reliability of our connectors. And so we need to make sure they are 100% reliable.
You mentioned, without disclosing, that you are going to launch a new product which is for space.
Into space, yes. And hopefully the rest of the world.
Then we're going to other markets.
These are products for harsh conditions, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That test is relevant.
Yes.
So this investment is something which you will encash over and over a period of time, coming times for your products.
Yeah. So all of our products we not only have to test them in-house, but also outsource this, kind of outsource it as well, out of house. And it's critical. I think it's also, if things go wrong, which they do, we have to understand the nth degree of why it went wrong, and so therefore it never happens again. And that for us is really important to have that expertise in-house.
So now coming to distribution method or reducing the lead time. What are you doing for your products so that it reaches your customer pretty fast?
Yeah, maybe I'll try and answer this. And this is really Andrew's expertise. I think there's two elements. One is ultimately our end customer needs to be served with products on time and at the right price. Ultimately, we heavily use a distribution market, and so therefore the distributors should be holding our stock. And so therefore, anytime a customer wants it, they should be drawing it down. And therefore, it's up to the distributors to place on the demand onto us. So we have a very good relationship with a lot of large distributors globally that hold a lot of our stock. Now, and then the other side of that is our own capacity internally within Harwin, especially in the UK on the high reliability range. And we are putting huge amounts of investment into building that capacity, as I've just talked about, with building this new building. And that is an ever kind of evolving investment tool, and we love it, and we'll continue to invest in the future. So, I think to just reinforce what William said, we have a strong distribution network. We work with global distributors, the e-commerce ones, but we work with the distribution partners. Now,
for us on our website, anytime an engineer, a customer, a procurement person can go in and they can look at stock availability. If they put their part number in, they will see where the stock has been held by what distributors. So they could get immediate, if it's available or not, who to go to. So.
I think the other, so part of the other side of that question is, obviously, excuse me, globally, we've all known huge disruption within the global supply chain. First we've had wars, now we have tariffs, we had COVID before that. And so resilience is a key thing for any manufacturer. Luckily, we're a privately owned business, owned by the Lazo family, and we invested pre-COVID. I think we had a mandatory policy. Actually, before that, we had a thing called Brexit in the UK. Total disaster. And we said, as a family, look, we're going to have 6 months stock of every single bits of raw material because we just simply don't know the disruption. So I think as a privately owned business, we do invest heavily into also building out our own security of our own supply chain to making sure we're not letting down our end customers. But, of course, there are always holes in that, and it does happen. So, but our customers, ultimately, we see, certainly Andrew and I, from a sales perspective, they have to come first, and we have to be delivering them product on time and at the right price.
So, finally, which markets do you see the Harwin's growth will get drive for next 3 to 5 years?
I mean, come on, this is one of the world's biggest 1.4 billion people, exciting, some of the best engineers in the world. Here in India, I mean, we see, India is a huge potential market opportunity. We also see China. We're investing in a manufacturing facility in China, which we're kind of super excited about. And for me, 2027, we need to be building a facility here in India, so we're servicing the Indian market with our product that is made here in India. And I think that for me is definitely on our roadmap, especially having come here and seeing the energy and the creativity and meeting a lot of our customers for me the first time kind of face to face. There's just world-class engineering out here, and I find that we love engineers, and I find that really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, we, again, as I said earlier on, having visited customers this week, seeing how far their reach is now, Indian companies are now serving a global market. And they are, the technology's moving on in commercial space, aerospace, and a little bit of some of the other industries, metering and things like that. I think it's quite exciting to see, the development of the engineering capability here in India. So, as William said, India is a very exciting market for us.
And I mean, we saw an AI business was doing visual recognition for quite a brilliant tool that sat inside a cab of a vehicle. And I love the fact that our products, is advancing technology in road safety, in aerospace, in communications, in medical devices, in delivery devices, in drones. And that's the thing I find so exciting. And here is where a lot of the energy is at. Here's where the people are pushing boundaries. And I love there's a kind of feel like there's a real hunger. So if you're an engineer and you want a gig, come and join us. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Great. So finally, since you are both from the engineering background, what one mantra you want to give to the upcoming engineers focus in their life?
One bit of advice for an upcoming engineer focusing on life. Interesting. Do you want to take that one first?
I think just enjoy the journey. Just, enjoy what you're developing. I think, as William said there, I think to really appreciate where your end product's going, and if it's the safety of someone or it's making someone do something better, but enjoy that journey. Enjoy what you've actually developed and see where it's and how it's used in the world.
Great, gentlemen. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Should I give my answer? What's my answer? I think Andrew's right. Enjoy the journey. I'd be ambitious. Reach up. Use the table. I think learn from people who are older and have experience. I think that's always a kind of a great thing. I think someone who's young like myself. Well, I'm now probably middle aged, but in my youth, I think someone always said to me, learn from people who are older and wiser because they've had the same experience, whether it be a customer issue or a human kind of issue. Loads of advice. But yeah, be ambitious. Yeah, reach out. Okay.
Thank you so much. So these
Pleasure.
are words of wisdom you should from the engineers, directly from the engineers. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It was a
you.
pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure. Real pleasure.